Welcome guys, we are on the verge of a really important decision. We have to choose the new president of the US. And when I say we have to, I mean you have to. And in order to make it properly, in order to make the right decision, I want to give you some material. So in my piece to this election, in my approachation, if that exists, to these elections, I'm going to give you an example of why VP Biden could be a good idea. Or could not, maybe. But let's see some of the most hilarious moments that he has on TV. You're in. Okay, the president right now is Trump. Mr. Trump is famous for giving nicknames to every Democrat. VP Biden, a Sleepy Joe. Why is he calling a Sleepy Joe to Joe Biden? I mean, it seems a little bit cruel unless it's a deserved nickname. We are going to see why VP Biden is called Sleepy Joe by Trump. Sleepy Joe, that seems kind of cruel, Mr. Trump. Or could be.
I can hardly wait to debate him on stage. I want people to see me standing next to him and him standing next to me. We'll see who's sleepy.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please come back in less than 13 years, sir.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back to back. Anyway. I don't know.
Do you know who is the first Black African American woman elected? Me neither, but we are going to watch it right now.
I'm part of that Obama coalition. I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No,
my point is
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. First African.
Here, Joe Biden tried to solve the unsolvable.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. We should be making those masks. We should be moving on those ventilators. We can do that. Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
You know,
I guess,
Donald Trump was asked on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, probably best I don't.
Did you saw what I just saw? Okay, you may think that that is awkward. Wait for it. That's nothing, trust me.
I just can't figure the guy. I don't know, it's like watching a yo-yo. I shouldn't have said it that way. It's like watching.
It feels that way. I want to ask.
And then just at the end, when you think that it couldn't get better, Sleepy Joe comes back.
And I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
Here Joe comes to tell you to adopt him. He deserves a good family. He deserves to have a good life. So if you want to adopt Joe, talk to your psychiatrist because you have a problem. Come on guys, adopt Joe. Don't wait for it, go for it. Here you have to Joe Einstein giving a mathematics lecture. He's going to teach you how to use mathematics, how to use numbers, maybe not in your favor, but he is going to teach you how to use them.
I would see to it immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of I think it's $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
What can you expect from this guy? But I can tell you, I can swear you, I can promise you that this isn't even close to the best of the video. I mean, wait and watch. Don't believe me, don't trust me, wait and watch. Open your ears, open your eyes, and check what is going to come, because it's unbelievable.
I'm back. I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it, and what a neat town.
This could happen, it's normal, Do you remember that time when you thought that you were on your bed, but you were with your sister, and both of you were naked? Never happened? Maybe it's not that common. And we are going to see now a clip of VP Biden doing campaign for Trump. This is pure politics combined with pure comedy.
Because we cannot get re-elected, we cannot win this re-election. We can only re-elect Donald Trump.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And obviously Trump's approved this message, couldn't go other way. I mean, I will approve it myself if we can only re-elect this guy, myself.
If elected, you would turn 82 at the end of your first term. You'd be the oldest president in American history.
Are you willing? Churchill.
Are you willing to commit American history?
Oh, American history.
Yes. Are you?
I was joking. That was a joke.
Okay.
We should call him Joe the Joker. Come on, guys, you don't want to do this, so keep studying, because then you are asked about the presidents, and between Buzz and Buzz, between Junior and Buzz father, you put Winston Churchill, so please, guys.
Electric vehicles, in fact, the biggest problem is you can't stop to charge. We should have charging stations along every interstate highway in the country. You pay for it just like you did gasoline. But if you can do that with bicycles in town, and you can put a nickel. I'm serious. We should make sure that we have no one going to jail for a drug offense. They go directly mandatory prison. Mandatory treatment, not prison. The fact of the matter is that what's happened is that we're in a situation now where there are so many people who are in jail and shouldn't be in jail. The whole means by which this should change is the whole model has to change. We should be talking about rehabilitation. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime.
So, guys, no one should go to jail. They should go to prison. Because that makes the difference.
I'm also the only guy that got assault weapons banned, and the number of clips in a gun banned.
Are you telling me that the limit of magazines in a gun, it wasn't 1 before Joe Biden?
We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help, they don't know quite what to do. Play the radio, make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone, make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very poor school, or a very poor background, will hear 4 million words fewer spoken by the time they get there.
Guys, have you ever felt that life was too difficult, too big for you? Here you have the proof that life most of the times is easier than we think. Here you have an easy situation and how it can go completely out of control.
You may only get one shot, and your first issue that you're going to push, you get one shot that it may be the only thing you get passed. What is that first issue for your presidency?
The first thing I would do is make sure that we defeat Donald Trump.
Okay.
Period.
So, if he beats Donald Trump on the elections, his first task as a president will be beat Donald Trump. Rebeat him, I guess. Beat him twice. I don't see a sense here, unless he wants to kill Donald Trump or something like that. What, by the way, could be illegal. Just saying.
You get a tax break for a racehorse. Why in God's name couldn't we provide an $8,000 tax credit for everybody who has child care costs? It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. Four more years of Donald Trump will go down as an aberration. Hard to overcome the damage he's done, but we can overcome it. 8 more years of Donald Trump will change America in a fundamental way. The America we know will no longer exist.
And this is another great proof of the contribution of this guy to the international mathematics. How he can take the elections and multiply them, and then Donald Trump gets re-elected the first time for 4 years, the second time for 8 years, and I'm sure that he would be happy about it. I'm sure that he will take it. Thankfully, this guy wasn't there when they made the Constitution, because if not, guys, you could have a...
By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, this is oh, you switched on me. This is my wife, this is my sister. They switched on me.
This is totally messed up. How can you confuse your sister with your wife? And then yourself with your wife. I mean, that's totally out of place. I mean, that's totally crazy. Still, your sister and your wife may seem kind of similar, but you are you, and your wife is outside of you, so...
I'm ready on day one after more than 3 years in office. Why isn't Donald Trump ready? Mr. President, wake up. China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They can't even figure out how to deal with the fact that they have this great division between the China Sea and the mountains in the east, in the west. They're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not competition for us.
They are not competition for us, you say? They are not competition for us, but they may be for you. So be careful.
Pick up your phones. Pick up your phone. Now. Send a text to the word United to the number 30330. Okay? That's United. 30330 or 303-330 or BOO. Wait. You got it. It's on the back there.
And here is how you don't do campaign. Because if you give the wrong number, like a joke, people may vote for the wrong guy as not a joke.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight.
And the funny thing is that later, still he has troubles to figure out the number.
In my household, you could never, ever say, when you get in a fight with somebody, you could never say anything about them that was true. You couldn't say if they were 300 pounds, you couldn't say you're fat. You couldn't say you're skinny. You shouldn't say you're short.
One of the most important traits of Joe is that he would never insult someone.
And you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take an IQ test. But look, fat, here's the deal.
Never is everlasting until you find a fat person, then it has an end.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Joe Biden against Joe Biden. That's the true enemy to beat.
You want to nominate a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a proud Democrat, an Obama Democrat.
Join us.
Oh. Oh. An Obama-Biden Democrat. Oh, yeah. And this was supposed to be a challenge. This was supposed to be a competition.
No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. It will be a big, no, I really mean it. It's a gigantic issue, and we have to make it clear from the top, from the president on down, that we will not tolerate it.
And keep punching at it, keep punching at it. Joe, I'm working on it. Almost solved, but it's that gigantic of an issue that this woman is about to crack up there. It's about to... She's about to... And it's so serious, she shouldn't be about to laugh, but she is. Why? Because she's not punching at it.
How do you explain the performance in Iowa, and why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
It's a good question. Number one, Iowa's a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
MC Biden is the future, rapping there in the White House, giving you the message in a more teenage way, you know, like more fun, more like moving a little bit, rapping using the rhythm in the speech. So, you know, vote for him. By the way, he was insulting someone again. Never twice. Okay, to this point we have met Sleepy Joe, Messed Up Joe, because when he was messing up, but now we are going to watch what I like to call Creepy Joe. I mean, truly, this image could have been in the exorcism of Joe Biden. Truly, just watch the video.
Yesterday you said you accepted Bernie's apology and now you're attacking him. Why are you doing that? Go. Why wasn't his apology enough, Mr. Vice President? Why attack Sanders?
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Just calm down. It's okay.
Definitely scared the crap out of this guy. What do you think?
150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam, from that point on.
I actually said the other night, I was watching him when he said about half the population wiped out with guns. I said, that's a horrible thing. That's the end of his evening. That's the end of his political career. And then after the debate, they're reviewing him. They said, Joe Biden had a great night last night.
You have to give it to Joe. His resistance is astonishing. I mean, how is it possible that a candidate after this not only is still a candidate, he was the chosen one. I mean, how bad may be Crazy Bernie or Pocahontas to let this guy win? I mean, how is it even possible? The statistics, the mathematics are not the strength of Joe Biden, obviously. Even if I made it up myself, I would choose better numbers. I would say something more believable. I mean, something that people can doubt, at least. In this case, he just took half the population and wiped them out. And this is what happens when you don't go to school. That you say things like this.
I do believe we're all God's children, for real. I'm not going to fan the flames of hate. I'm going to speak to heal racial differences. The vast majority of the people are decent. We have to appeal to that, and we have to unite people, bring them together.
Okay, so far it's going good.
There are probably anywhere from 10 to 15% of the people out there that are just not very good people.
And then he messed it up again. Do you want a solution for that? Give them guns. They wipe out 150 million people, so they can do it with them too, right? Because Joe Biden can say one thing and the opposite, and everything is fine.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
It's funny because it reminds me of myself when I was in school and the teacher asked me something of which I didn't know the answer, and I started talking, and when I got to the point where my knowledge was over, I have used all that I knew about the matter, I was like, the thing. That's it. That's the thing. There are many things, but the thing, that thing. Okay, this one is one of my favorites. Please check, watch, because it's not racist at all. And if you think otherwise, you have a problem.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
This is one of my personal favorites. After all the clips that we have watched, Biden can still surprise us. It's incredible. Do you think that this guy is going to turn left? He turns into a different dimension. He turns into a place that you have never considered in your regular, just as good mind. Incredible. I'm sure that you have watched this one because it's all over the place. It's amazing. Anyone that likes stand-up comedy for sure would appreciate this one. So I'll leave you with a clip and just let me know.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Be careful, guys, because we are playing with fire here. If you vote for Trump and you're black, you could become whiter than Michael Jackson. So be careful, guys. This is not a joke. Be really careful with your vote, because it could be the passport to become you white. Me, myself, I always wanted to be black. They have more empowerment and all that. That's my opinion, and I don't know how to do it the other way. Maybe I should vote for Biden. Will that get me black? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Me, myself, I enjoy a lot doing this video. I have really good moments, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, I don't know what to tell you. Pray to Aunt Mary or something like that, because I'm not planning on doing more videos, but I hope you enjoy it. Here, your favorite channel, Viral Risa, for a lot of things. If you like it, that's good. If you enjoy it, that's great. Keep going that way. Okay, America, choose wisely, because everyone is watching. We trust you. I want you. Please vote, because that thing of staying at your house, doing nothing and then complaining, it's not